Don't tell me the moon is shining. Show me the glint of light on broken glass. Perhaps man has 100 senses, and when he dies only the 5 senses that we know perish with him, and the other 95 remain alive. Any idiot can face a crisis. It's this day-to-day living that wears you out. The role of the artist is to ask questions, not answer them. What a fine weather today. Can't choose whether to drink tea or to hang myself. The world is, of course, nothing but our conception of it. When asked, "Why do you always wear black?" he said, "I am mourning for my life." Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. Perhaps the feelings that we experience when we are in love represent a normal state. Being in love shows a person who he should be. Medicine is my lawful wife, and literature is my mistress. When I get fed up with one, I spend the night with the other. If you are afraid of loneliness, don't marry. Man is what he believes. There should be more sincerity and heart in human relations, more silence and simplicity in our interactions. Be rude when you're angry, laugh when something is funny, and answer when you're asked. We shall find peace. We shall hear angels. We shall see the sky sparkling with diamonds. A woman can become a man's friend only in the following stages: first an acquaintance, next a mistress, and only then a friend. If ever my life can be of any use to you, come and claim it. There is nothing more awful, insulting, and depressing than banality. To fear love is to fear life, and those whose fear life are already 3 parts dead. The happy man only feels at ease because the unhappy bear their burden in silence. Without this silence, happiness would be impossible. There are a great many opinions in this world, and a good half of them are professed by people who have never been in trouble. The task of a writer is not to solve the problem, but to state the problem correctly. Even in Siberia there is happiness. Man will become better when you show him what he is like. If my life can ever be of any use to you, come and take it. They say philosophers and wise men are indifferent. Wrong. Indifference is a paralysis of the soul, a premature death. Be sure not to discuss your hero's state of mind. Make it clear from his actions. Only one who loves can remember so well. If you want to work on your art, work on your life. Only during hard times do people come to understand how difficult it is to be master of their feelings and thoughts. Do silly things. Foolishness is a great deal more vital and healthy than our straining and striving after a meaningful life. I kept thinking how marvelous it would be if I could somehow tear my heart, which felt so heavy, out of my chest. It's very hard, feeling that you're no more than a piece of unwanted furniture in this world. When a lot of remedies are suggested for a disease, that means it cannot be cured. I dress in black to match my life. I am unhappy. Nothing can be accomplished by logic and ethics. When one has no real life, one lives by mirages. It's still better than nothing. Formerly, when I would feel a desire to understand someone, or myself, I would take into consideration not actions, in which everything is relative, but wishes. Tell me what you want, and I'll tell you who you are. Fine. Since the tea is not forthcoming, let's have a philosophical conversation. In all the universe nothing remains permanent and unchanged but the spirit. There will come a time when everybody will know why, for what purpose, there is all this suffering, and there will be no more mysteries. But now we must live, we must work, just work. This life of ours. Human life is like a flower gloriously blooming in a meadow. Along comes a goat, eats it up. No more flower. I should think I'm going to be a perpetual student. And only now, when he was gray-haired, had he fallen in love properly, thoroughly, for the first time in his life. Let us learn to appreciate there will be times when the trees will be bare and look forward to the time when we may pick the fruit. What must human beings be to destroy what they can never create? Here I am with you, and yet not for a single moment do I forget that there's an unfinished novel waiting for me. The illusion which exalts us is dearer to us than 10,000 truths. She had a passionate longing for the garden, the darkness, the pure sky, the stars. I feel like a donkey, with a stick in my mouth and a carrot up my ass. We should show life neither as it is, nor as it should be, but as we see it in our dreams. My own experience is that once a story has been written, one has to cross out the beginning and the end. It is there that we authors do most of our lying. They say, "Tell me what you've read, and I'll tell you who you are." I've never been in love. I've dreamt of it day and night, but my heart is like a fine piano no one can play because the key is lost. In displaying the psychology of your characters, minute particulars are essential. God save us from vague generalizations. For God's sake, have some self-respect and do not run off at the mouth if your brain is out to lunch. He is an emancipated thinker who is not afraid to write foolish things. A hungry dog believes in nothing but meat. How easy it is, doctor, to be a philosopher on paper, and how difficult in real life. When you want to touch the reader's heart, try to be colder. It gives their grief, as it were, a background against which it stands out in greater relief. A naive man is nothing better than a fool. But you women contrive to be naive in such a way that in you it seems sweet and gentle and proper and not as silly as it really is. My thoughts about human happiness, for some peculiar reason, had always been tinged with a certain sadness. 100 years from now, the people who come after us, for whom our lives are showing the way, will they think of us kindly? Will they remember us with a kind word? I wish to God I could think so. There is nothing new in art except talent. How people love to disappear from your life. Especially when you already got attached to them. Which executioner is the more humane, he who kills you in a few minutes, or he who drags the life out of you in the course of many years? Only entropy comes easy. I must run away. I must escape this very day or I shall go out of my mind. There is no greater sorrow than to know another's secret when you cannot help them. The teacher must be an actor, an artist, passionately in love with his work. Oh, dreams. In one night, lying with one's eyes shut, one may sometimes live through more than 10 years of happiness.